Author's House.
Hi everyone, today is November 8th, 2021. My name is Nicole Richardson. I am gathered here today with Maya Mitra Das, the author of Silhouettes of Time. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Maya?
My name is Maya, as you see, and you see who I am. But to tell you, my full name is Maya Mitra Das, and I am MD and PhD. I came to this country, to United States in 1973, and actually I studied medicine in India, internal medicine and pediatrics in India, England, and United States. I came to United States in 1973 and took training in Downstate Medical Center in pediatrics. Then I did 2 fellowship in. Came to West Coast and did 2 fellowship. One in UCLA Medical Center in hematology and oncology, and one in UCSF Medical Center in San Francisco. And then I worked in different places, and then I was working at Children's Hospital, Oakland, which is UCSF Benny Hop Medical Center at Oakland. And I did work with sickle cell anemia, and I did research on that subject, and I had numerous research paper on sickle cell anemia. That in short in my career in a profession. And then my hobbies are, of course, writing, and I'm a dancer also. Of course, this COVID made me just cannot dance right now. And I play piano, and I travel all over the world in different countries. And I'm connected with not only with the medical organization, but connected with other organization, which one of the most important to me is international people-to-people. There I just traveled in so many places as a delegate, and this organization was established by President Eisenhower, whose granddaughter is now the CEO of that organization. That's in short my background.
Just a little bit about your book.
My book, Silhouettes of Time. Yes, actually, these stories, the Silhouettes of Time stories, are mostly the real stories of my family's history, their suffering and their struggle against the British Empire, and I heard these stories from my parents, my grandparents and great-grandparents. These are the real stories, and with the real people suffering and their struggle. I'm just telling the history of India in their stories, part of the history, which is struggle between the India and British people who was ruling at that time, India.
What is the main message you want to get across to your readers?
The overall message is that stories will make the readers of different generation and cultures aware of the significant past history of India, and will be the example and inspiration for the future generation and culture, how the people, the real people, they're suffering, with the determination and courage, in spite of the suffering, they reached their goal, what they wanted to do, what they wanted, where they wanted to reach.
How old were you when you wrote your first book or story?
Well, I don't want. I was quite old, but I don't want to discuss that real age because I don't care for the age. Age is a matter of mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter.
Okay, that's okay. I guess my question more of is, did you start writing when you were a little kid or when you were an adult? Is more my question.
Oh, it's when I am adult actually, when the adult and the mature adult actually, and the serious writing began about 9 to 10 years ago. I mean, just
A while ago, but not too long ago.
no, yeah.
What does literary success look like to you?
Literary success looks like me that I am more inspired to write more, and also I could understand what when the reader's point of view and what they want. That's what that's why I came to know that what they want and how they like my book, and then there is the more inspiration so that I can write more in different subjects.
What is your biggest source of inspiration?
The start of my inspiration, biggest start. Oh, that is a story. I was attending a. Actually, I was auditing a music literature class with students who were doing their master degree in music, but I just took permission. I don't have that kind of background, and the professor was very kind and said, "Oh yeah," because he was discussing the renowned composers' biography and also their music. So this one was on Chopin. So he was teaching us Chopin's ballad, and then after he played the Chopin's ballad, the whole class was very emotional, and then the professor told us that, okay, if you have a story, you write, or if you don't have a story, you make it up a story, write something. So the first story came out of my book is in his class. I was just skeptical, and then I asked him, because I'm auditing, I said that, can I do that? And he said, oh yeah, go ahead and write a story. So when he got the story, he read the story, he was very excited, and he was looking for all the musical sentences and the sense in my writing. He was looking for the musical sentences and the idea where I got that ideas of description of the particular part of the landscape and everything. So anyway, he was very excited, and he asked me to read again in the class, and the whole class was very excited. So that's what my inspiration to write more.
What is the hardest part of writing for you?
Oh, hardest part is writing is to sit down and make time actually to write that. But once I sit down, just my pen takes me automatically. I don't know what comes, but the difficulty is to have a particular time of the day, because I'm busy with all other activities, to sit down and write.
The hardest part is actually writing the material.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of writing Silhouettes of Time?
Favorite, actually, it's hard to say. Favorite thing is, first of all, the memories with the stories came out. I heard that, and then when I just imagine the landscapes and all these things, that was a real. I used to get very excited, imagining as if I am there, doing things with the people which I am writing. So as if I am there observing. Real me was observing. That was the real pleasure of mine.
I just got a couple more questions for you before we wrap this up. Is your book a standalone or is it part of a series?
No, it is not a series. It is a standalone.
So it's just one book by itself.
Yeah, one book by itself. Different stories. There are short story book, different stories. Yeah.
Who is your target audience? Do you have a target audience?
I don't see like that like a target. Anybody could read, and I just want people to read all over the world to to enjoy the stories. And then it is not for the little children, of course not, but if they are little bit like from the teen, they can read it because this is the history. Even for the teenager to adults and late adults, I mean old people, anybody could read it, but not the little children. I mean they wouldn't understand the history, but otherwise that is my point of view.
So what you're saying is there is no target audience, it's just young children wouldn't be able to read it because of their level of skill.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. What does your family think about your writing?
Actually, this question is interesting because my family is happy that I just wrote this thing, but my friends are very much excited. I mean, they are my inspiration. I mean, I just finished a part and they just get so excited and they want more. And so that's what it is. That is my inspiration, my friend, my writer friend, and my teacher and editor also. She's younger than me, but she's my teacher and editor. She and all other group of writers group. They are my inspiration. They get very excited when I write and I present to the class the part of the writing. So this book also came like that. Oh, they were so excited when I was writing.
So your friends and family both like your writing a lot then, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. It's good to have a good circle of people to support you along the way. I think I've already asked you this question before, but when you were a little girl, did you know you wanted to be a writer?
No. No, I don't. I didn't know that I would write it. But the school, they always give you assignments to write and write poetry, and they said that I have some skill. I mean, this school was very strict in whether the English or my own mother tongue. They were always very strict, but they wouldn't give very good grade easily in the literature. So, but they said that somehow they had to give me some good grades. So they said that I have something, but I never thought that I will be I wanted to be a doctor and this and that and all these things to save the world, save people and things like that.
I just got a couple more questions for you before we wrap this up. Where can readers find out more about you and your book?
It's in my website, like www.authormitradas.com, and then also they can find in Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and other bookstores also. I think there's a New York. There's a book called Looking Through Glass or something like that. Also, they are now interested in my book. So.
How do you feel about working with Authors Press?
Oh, I feel very good. They are very friendly and very nice. Sometimes I get upset or I feel very restless. So, but they take me very nicely, calm and quiet, and I like the attitude of them. It's very nice.
Yeah, I think that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for meeting with me today, Maya.
Yeah, and I have this interview is for the Guadalajara, so I wanted to tell people a little bit in Spanish for few sentences, if it is all right for you.
Say anything, go ahead.
Me complace que mi libro se presente en la Feria Internacional del Libro Guadalajara. Guadalajara tiene un lugar muy especial en mi corazón. Después de tener la oportunidad de visitarla en 1970, el privilegio de conocer hablar con el gobernador en ese momento. Como autora, comparto la misma misión contigo con respecto a la importancia de aprendizaje continuo y seguir fomentando la lectura para todos. Gracias. Thank you.
I'm monolingual, so I didn't understand a word of that except for thank you. I don't speak Spanish, so unfortunately I won't know what that means if I have somebody translate it.
I started Spanish, but I understand because it's translated to me. Now I cannot speak. Somebody help me from Author's Press to translate it, whatever I did do.
That's beautiful. Yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to us either via our email or phone number.
Okay.
Yeah, it was such a pleasure to meet with you today, Maya.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you again.
See you too. I hope we can do this again.
Okay, thank you. Maybe more for my next book.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.